So, lots of you were wondering, where is the console release for Paleo ARK Evolution? We said early April and there's been no sign. Unfortunately, that's just how life goes sometimes. We were very confident that we could get it out for early April, but while the mod itself was going very well and everything was on track, there was just been lots of IRL interruptions, IRL obligations. Remember that we are all just a group of hobbyists who are having fun, we're friends, we're not employed, we are not a studio, we're just a bunch of people having fun. So when IRL calls, whether it's jobs or family or school, college obligations, unfortunately, life got in the way, but the mod itself is continuing on fine. So the news that I'm sure that you really care about is that we are still pushing for Paleo ARK Evolution, the EVO Giga and the EVO Rex, to be out as soon as possible in May. We now have a cross-play testing branch for select coffee members to help test on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. And we are also adding in a bunch of new features, so the PC release was never feature complete in the first place. We had most of it there, but there were a couple of things more we wanted to add, which is now being tested, and just adding, more before the full public release, which again is happening as soon as possible. But again, do remember that we're all just a bunch of friends having fun, and we are not a game studio. We are not employed for this. So some of the features that you might be wondering about is to re-enable the turn-in-place toggle for Rex and Giga. The EVO Gigas during their enrage will glow red like the ARK Edition's ankylosaurus. Gigas will be able to attack when crouched. There will also be major graphical improvements to the Rex's textures and saddle, ironing out some more bugs with the Rex's AI, as well as increasing the size of the hitboxes for the attacks. EVO Rex taming initiation corpse drag weight requirement will be lowered to 150, so you can carry smaller corpses to initiate the taming. Also fixing why the hell the Rex doesn't remap Rex spawns on Scorched. This was working before, it isn't anymore. If you are currently using Paleo ARK Evolution Apex Predators pack and you are not getting your Rexes to spawn in Scorched Earth, please see this mod and use this as a temporary fix. Don't worry, if you get rid of this mod, it won't break anything, it just adds spawns, but the creature IDs are still the same. So you can delete the mod after and it will all be fine. Tyrannosaurus is officially being worked on. And there'll be some future content as well, such as the EVO Rex tech saddle, more variants, and a Titan Hunter Giga for extinction. Now, to prevent the blunder of having IRL get in the way and postpone a very confident release schedule that we had in plan and had in mind, to prevent that very understandable frustration, we are no longer going to be announcing ETAs. Because at the end of the day, we did our best, but a lot of people got angry, and I get it, I appreciate that everyone's excited, it's awesome, but again, we're not employed, we're not a studio. So regarding that, we now have a new progress tracker, which is publicly available, and you'll find this in the video description down below. And what this does is that it tracks the entire pipeline of every creature that we're working on. So no more ETAs until the majority of the work has been completed. The majority meaning when the creature's in kit with its models, textures, and the majority of the animations. Coding is about 50% complete. And that way we can then look at the rest of what's needed and think, okay, it should be done by X date, and then we can maybe give an ETA. But otherwise, again, you can see the progress here. Now, what you're going to see is a lot of different dinosaurs with a lot of different stages of progress, and some of you are probably thinking, wait, hold on, why didn't we just funnel all of that attention into the Rex and Giga? And I'm going to tell you that it simply doesn't work that way. Now, say for example, there's 4 of us high poly sculptors. We're all capable of working and redefining the Rex's textures, but we all have our different niches, our different techniques, our different approaches and styles and ideas. And because of that, if we all were just to take turns on the Rex sculpt, it would look really messy. You could tell that it's been touched by multiple artists. Whereas instead, if we just let Chrono do what Chrono's best at, and she just focuses on Rex and Tarbosaurus, the two will look consistent, they'll look coherent, they'll be the best they possibly can be. And then meanwhile, the rest of us get to work on our own different dinosaurs, and that then speeds up the pipeline, so that once the animators are then done with another job, they can work on our models while Chrono still works away on the Rex sculpt. And that logic can be applied to any role, same with the coders, same with the animators, there's so many different roles to take into account here. Everyone's got their strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes just throwing everyone at the same task can cause more mess than you'd expect. such as in terms of the animators. One might be really good at locomotion, another one might be really good at attacks, and the third one might be amazing at idle animations. You wouldn't want to force them all into these different niches just for the sake of speeding the progress up, because they're not as strong at those niches. If you focus them on their preferred niches, they're going to do the best work possible. We're going to utilize everyone to their full potential, and then we're going to get a really kick-ass dinosaur that was worth the wait. And again, like I said, that can be applied to every role and every niche for each project. But believe me, of course, that anyone who's currently assigned to the Rex and Giga, it is their highest priority. For example, Chrono is assigned to doing the Rex's textures and the Tarbosaurus variant. Chrono is also assigned to the Ankylosaurus. So obviously Chrono is taking a break from the Ankylosaurus so that she can focus on Rex because that is her priority. Same for myself, I'm supposed to be working on ledumahadi and therizino, but instead I'm focusing on the Rex saddle because the Rex saddle is far more important. So don't worry, even though we're all doing different tasks, we still have our priorities set. Rex and Giga is still our biggest one. It's just that we're also capable of doing a little bit extra on the side to give some of the other dinosaurs just a bit of a start, while we still buckle down and focus on the most important two, the Rex and the Giga. Now then, speaking of there being more progress than other dinosaurs, you might have noticed that Mosa and Obelisquid are very near completion, along with some others being further in the pipeline. And the reason for this is because the Mosa and Obelisquid, along with cryptoclidus, were meant to be available during the Center a couple of months back. Then the Center got delayed and there was no point releasing ocean creatures on a scorched earth map. So we postponed these two creatures in favour of doing others, the therizino and ankylosaurus. But now that the Center is looming on closer, we're switching gears again, and our current vague ETA, remember, life can get in the way. Currently we are hoping for Evo Mosa, cryptoclidus and Obelisquid to be out in June, along with Elasmo at some point in the summer. Meanwhile, ankylosaurus and therizinosaurus are still being worked on their own pace. ledumahadi and Impero won't be releasing in May and will come out sometime in the summer instead. ledumahadi's sculpt is entirely completed and Impero is still mid-sculpting phase, but the artist assigned to Impero is currently focusing on the Evo Rex texture touch-up and the Tarbosaurus variant. So like I said, we are making changes wherever we can. The Evo Tyrannosaurus is being prioritized and Impero is being delayed because they're done by the same artist. And same for me as well. My other delegations have been postponed while I also work on the Rex saddle. So those who've been assigned to the Rex and the Giga, we are all very hard at work focusing on it. Thank you so much to Up From The Depths for compiling this summary and this update for everyone. He's the one who's planned everything, written it all down, and provided the various new whips and updates to show off. Not to mention that he's the one leading everything, so a huge thank you to him. I'm only putting this video together here because I know some of you might not necessarily get the post, or maybe you prefer it in a video format, or generally just to help keep everyone in the loop, because I know that a lot of you have been wondering, you know, where's the console release, and I've not been able to give an update until this official word here. So again, bear with us, we're trying our best, and fingers crossed the next Paleo ARK video I make is to say that, hey, crossplay enabled, go enjoy. Right then, thank you so much, thank you for understanding, and I'll see you all again next time. Cheers!